My name is Sergio. I'm a physical therapist, also an avid triathlete, cyclist. Cycling keeps everybody fit if they do it enough. When I was 28, 29 years old, I went to the doctor and they said I had high blood pressure already. It runs in my family. And I was very nervous about taking prescription medications for that, being that I was 28 years old. I went to a naturopathic doctor and he said, look, the only thing you can do without taking medications is, take some natural supplements he gave me, but basically the main thing is get cardiovascular training in 45 minutes a day. What that does is it vasodilates all your blood vessels. And so when you do that, it perfuses blood to your whole body, from your brain to your little toe. And so that blood brings in nutrients, it helps you heal, it helps with everything, every function of your body. So every day, you're pumping your body, you're pumping your system, your arteries, your capillaries, everything is perfusing blood through it. It's extremely healthy for your body, and everything will click in. Your digestive system revolves around circulation, your mental health, your ability to fight off diseases, because your immune system will be very happy being that you're doing all this training, all this cardiovascular training. And cycling in particular offers a way of doing cardiovascular training that is very low impact. And so you can continuously do it. Let's say you're on a trainer or something, you can keep the heart rate up at a certain level continuously, which is hard to do when you're running or you're playing a sport, basketball or anything. You run and stop. You play football, you run and stop. Cycling is a continuous activity that you can maintain, and so your heart rate is maintained. And so when that happens, you get that vasodilation effect through your whole body. And that has been shown in research to be extremely beneficial for your health in every way. For optimal health, I would recommend cycling for anybody, because unless they have a joint problem or something, but it's going to be easy on your joints. It's going to get your heart rate up to the level that will help you fight diseases like, blood pressure problems, diabetes, cholesterol, all these things, these lifestyle diseases can be combated by getting your core temperature up daily, by getting your heart rate up. All these things play into it. So it's a great sport for someone, for a beginner, as long as they have the right equipment and they're set up correctly. It's a healthy activity. For the past 10 years, when I turned 30, I said I want to be in better shape every year. And so from 30, 31, I'm 40 now. I've continuously worked on my fitness, and cycling has been a huge part, because you can't just do one thing. I mean, it'll kind of break you down. But the changes that I've seen in myself and my health, my sleep, my digestion, my ability to recover, just everything. You have more energy during the day. There's a lot of benefits when you're inactive. Everything. You get those Kanak attacks. You get all these like you're lethargic all the time and things like that. But as soon as you introduce a little bit of cardio in your life, you're gonna feel this extra energy. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty hard to describe, but yeah, it's real, and it helps. A new person that wants to get into cycling, you need the right equipment first of all, and you just need a little bit of discipline to do it under these quarantine rules sometimes, because if you're gonna be indoors doing an indoor trainer, it is a little bit more difficult than being, let's say, outdoors and being out in the open, fresh air. It takes a little bit of, you have to be willing to do the activity for like 20, 30 minutes at least. Some people do rides where they're doing online rides where they go hours. Some guy did like Everesting. He did 26,000 feet of climbing in his living room, with some of those smart trainers they have now. So you can really do it safely in your home with a trainer, or you can go outside. Outside is much easier, and the trainer but the trainer offers up the benefit of non-stop. There's no coasting downhill. But for a beginner that wants to get into cycling, I would definitely recommend doing it all if you can. Go outside and ride, do it inside your house, but just cycling is a non-impact sport, so you can do a lot and not injure yourself necessarily. And as long as you're fitted properly for your bike and everything is looked after, you know, a good shop can set you up, and you can do this activity safely for prolonged periods of time without worrying about like injuring your knees, or if you have a bad back and stuff like that. So it's great for beginners, I would think, like to get into training, cardiovascular training. You can set up what's cool for beginners is you can set up a regular bike on a trainer, which you can also take outside. So it's not like just a stationary bike that you have. You know, when you get a real bike, you can use it both ways. You can use it indoors or outdoors. And so it opens up a whole new world, I think, for everybody. You can go exploring your neighborhood. You can go and just climb hills. That feels really nice, you know, to satisfaction of climbing a hill and then coasting down. There's a lot of cool things about cycling. You know, you see a lot of things out there that you normally wouldn't see in a car or you know, walking, because you cover so much ground too. Cycling is not just good to get into because of this pandemic we're having, because of, you know, disease that you're fearful of getting this coronavirus, but cycling, it can also be a lifetime thing where it becomes a lifestyle. And once that happens, you know, you don't even have to worry about working out, because you're going to want to go out and work out, and it's going to encourage a healthier lifestyle all around. I moved to Hawaii after graduating physical therapy school in Loma Linda, and I wanted to get a job here. You know, I love to surf, so I came here to surf essentially. And my wife followed me. She transferred out in a job, and I got into working with spinal cord injuries over at Rehab Hospital of the Pacific. So they trained me to work with spinal cord cases, brain injuries, stroke, spinal cord injuries, and these are people that unfortunately it's a chronic condition, so they cannot necessarily stand, they cannot sit up on their own maybe, or half of their body's paralyzed. So it's really a challenge for the therapist. A lot of times when you do this kind of therapy for people, you're not just moving their knee or their arm, your whole body you're helping them to walk. You're blocking their knee, you're making sure they don't fall, so you're sweating with them. So I got into this type of therapy, which I feel like it's making a huge difference in the people's lives that I work with.